Today we're talking about the day after the comeback begins, that first session back after injury, burnout, or a long layoff. Not the heroic montage, not the dramatic return post, but the weird, humbling, emotionally messy reality nobody really prepares you for.
Yes, because everyone talks about getting cleared, getting motivated, getting back in the room. Almost nobody talks about what it feels like when you actually do it and immediately realize, oh, this is harder, stranger, and more emotional than I expected.
I think that's the first shock. You imagine the comeback as this triumphant moment, but the actual first session back often feels awkward, stiff, and honestly a little anticlimactic.
Exactly. Sometimes you don't feel inspired at all. You feel rusty. Your timing is off. Your body feels unfamiliar. Your confidence is missing. And the version of you that used to do this easily suddenly feels very far away.
And that distance can be brutal, because the pain isn't just, can I still do this? It's, why can't I do this the way I used to?
That comparison is the real ambush. You think the hard part was being away, but then you come back and spend the entire session grieving your old baseline.
That word, grieving, is so important here. Whether it's after injury, burnout, or just life pulling you away, there's often a loss you haven't fully named.
And if you don't name it, you can mistake it for failure. You'll say, I'm weak, I've lost it, I'm behind, when really you're just meeting a new reality before you've made peace with it.
That is such an aha moment. The first session back is not a performance review. It's a reintroduction.
Yes, and maybe a slightly awkward first date with your own body and brain. Like, hi, remember me? We used to be great together.
And the body's like, I remember enough to be suspicious. But seriously, one thing people don't expect is how loud their inner critic gets the minute they return.
Totally. Because during the layoff, you can still protect the fantasy version of yourself. The moment you step back in, reality gives feedback, and sometimes that feedback is very humbling.
Let's stay there, because I think a lot of people quit on day 2 because of what happens on day 1. They assume the discomfort of returning means they're not ready, when often it means they're exactly where returning starts.
I agree, mostly. Although I do think some people push through too aggressively because they want to prove they're back, and that can be its own trap.
That's fair. There's this emotional urge to erase the gap in one session, to compress months of healing or absence into one glorious workout, rehearsal, practice, whatever it is.
And the body does not negotiate with your ego. It just says, this is today's capacity, and no amount of nostalgia changes that.
Which can feel almost insulting. Like, excuse me, I have memories of being better than this.
Right, and your hamstrings or lungs or focus are like, that sounds like a you problem. We live in the present.
The other piece nobody prepares you for is the emotional aftershock. Sometimes the first session itself feels okay, but it's later, on the drive home, in the shower, that night, when it all hits.
Yes, you can feel proud, relieved, embarrassed, angry, hopeful, and strangely sad all at once, which is deeply inconvenient if you were hoping for one clean, inspirational emotion.
That emotional pileup is so real, especially after burnout, where returning can stir up fear. What if I end up back in the same place, doing it the same way, becoming the same exhausted person again?
Burnout returns are uniquely tricky because the injury isn't always visible. You might look fine, even perform okay, while internally every alarm system is asking, are we safe? Are we safe? Are we safe?